What's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I'm your gracious host, A6. We are way off schedule today. As you can see, it is goddamn Wednesday. We are doing a impromptu show, so to speak. There's a good reason for that. I'll get to that in a minute. First off, who we got in the chat here? What up, Jimmy? It's been a minute. I haven't seen you in a while, man. It's been like 2 months since I've seen this dude on. Cash, what's up? What's good with you? What's good with you, man? Good to see you here. What up? What up, Civic Maker 5? My man, what's good with you? Yeah. So as you can see, we are way off schedule. I'm supposed to be usually going live the Sundays. Then I told you I was gonna be here Tuesday. Did not make it on Tuesday. Man, it has been a barrage of craziness, yo. Just a lot of moving around. I told you guys I'm moving my business, so that has been very grueling. When I get home, I'm beat to shit, bro. Sunday, was Father's Day, so I'm spending time with the fam on that one. Yeah, it's just been a whole lot going on. So somebody was like, "Yo, you should they didn't get you, man. I saw they cut you off on the live stream." Nah, they didn't. Nobody got me. I just been wild busy, and this is not going to be a long show today. Just to put y'all on point, I'm just checking in with the family, seeing how everybody's doing. I am going to be going out of town Friday. But I still do lives when I'm out of town, though. So you'll just see a different background or what have you. But it's just a lot of moving around and making stuff happen. And I told you guys and if you're in the Foreign National News Network group, I told you I was going to try to go live on Thursday, but I'm not going to have time to go live on Thursday because I'm going to be packing. So I'm a last minute packer. I pack at the last goddamn minutia of minutes before I get my ass on that plane. So you know what it is, man. You know what it is. Caleb, what's good with you? What's good with you? Always now. Healing Trust, citrine crystal, hematite, feng shui, black obsidian, wealth bracelet. Citrine crystal beaded bracelets is awesome addition to my situation. Thanks for turning us on to it. Yeah. Has anybody gotten a citrine crystal and noticed that their finances or their money has gone up a little bit? Has anybody noticed that? What up, Prof? My man Prof here every week. Boss Security. I'm inbox you a simple document to share with the fam. All right, bet. Do that. Do that. What's going on with y'all though, man? I had people hit me up. One guy hit me up and said he was going through some bad juju or something like his household was a little troubled. So he was recommending me some different crystals and stuff like that, or so to speak. But hard times coming. Sometimes they come in patches, man, but that stuff don't last. Just gotta persevere and push through it. Let me check my inbox, see if you sent me anything yet. But yeah, this is not going to be a long video today. Just putting y'all on point. I do want to talk about a few things I saw during the week. Actually, I had a crazy thing is I had a bunch of stuff I wanted to show you guys. Whole bunch of like literally about an hour and a half worth of material, but I'm not going to be able to cover all that tonight. All right, let's get to the first video I want to show you guys real quick. So hold on a sec. Let me pull it up real quick. All right, take a look at this.
You want some figures? Okay, latest water test. Tested the rain. 13,100 micrograms per liter of aluminum in the rain in 2013. Normally, it should be 0. So 13,100 is pretty damn much, folks. It used to be 0. Then it was 100s in the 2000s. And then since 2010, it's into the 1000s and the latest 13,100. In the snow on Mount Shasta, pristine Mount Shasta, 61,000 feet. No, excuse me, 8,000 foot level, 61,000 micrograms per liter. 4 times the amount that is found in the soil up there. Where in the hell is this stuff coming from if it's not coming from the soil? These tests are international in scope. We're seeing this all over the world, guys. Okay, pH of acid soils is 20 times more alkaline. The aluminum in the soil has doubled in the last 10 years. Aluminum blocks essential nutrients. I am unable in my garden to restore normal pH, and that's because nanoparticles are now in the circulatory systems of both plants and humans. So welcome, fellow guinea pigs. The collapse and decrease of agriculture is something I worry about even more than the previous info about autism and Alzheimer's.
That is very alarming and very interesting. My man is saying that the levels of these metals that are found in the gardens and things like that are increasing. And we know why that is. It's very simple. These things are being deposited into the sky um, for the purpose of poisoning. So that's crazy. He said Mount Everest, as high as Mount Everest is, and I would assume that most of these planes that fly, I didn't think they would be as high as Mount Everest or even in that area. But apparently, it's all in the sky and it's circulating through the wind currents and it's getting all over every goddamn thing. He said he couldn't even restore the pH balance in his garden. That is crazy. That is very crazy. So even if you start a garden and grow your own stuff, you still have to deal with this crap. That is amazingly wild, man. Yeah, we know exactly what the answer is and what's going on. Yeah, that's facts, man. So what would be the way to counteract this then? What is the remedy to that? Because everything has a reaction. So what would be the remedies to doing something like this? Because with a situation where that stuff's all in the soil and all that stuff, you know, they said the plants have it, the people have it in their bodies. What would be the process of removing these metals, man? That would be my opinion without Magneto. You need Magneto to literally pull the metals out of everything, hold his hand in the air, make a giant steel ball, and send it flinging into somewhere else. It was that magnetism. I mean, yeah, I'm thinking that, but like as far as I know, aluminum is not magnetic. Like you can't, if you put like a magnet on aluminum, you're not going to be able to like pull that aluminum away from anything. So, all these other metal deposits, what would be the methods of pulling them out of the soil? I mean, this is a legitimate question. Does anybody have any kind of remedy for that? Because if it's at this rate and it's increasing every so 100 years, or I don't even know if it's 100, every so certain amount of time of years, my man said literally it should be zero, but there's like literally every 10 years or something like that. There's more metals. It's gonna get worse in the future. So I want to know what the remedy is. The remedy is to removing that stuff out. You know, He's saying that aluminum can cause blockage of certain vitamins. I've actually heard aluminum can attribute to autism and Alzheimer's as well. I'm not sure how true that is about the autism thing, but as far as the Alzheimer's goes, I've actually heard that the mounting flame said electromagnets to pull these metals out the soil. One can remove them alchemically too. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's a fire. So you said electromagnets. Only counter I would trust is electric attraction from the soil. Nothing I trust from the air. Okay. Cilantro pulls metals from the body. I don't know about the soil though. Cilantro, huh? This was NorCal County meeting back 10 years ago in Shasta County. No for a conductor using heart waves, same as Byron. Yeah, exactly. This is the way they're manipulating the weather. They're using those aluminums and stuff like that to manipulate the clouds and things of that nature are manipulating the weather. So that stuff can be manipulated with waves from those what is it, harp is what it's supposed to be. But yeah, so he said electromagnets. So how would you do that? Is there a contraption you would have to build? You know, I'm interested in that. If you get an answer to that, let me know or send me an email or something because I'm interested in looking into that because I think that's something that's going to be important in the future, man. Because if we're talking about more and more aluminum deposits, barium, cadmium, and all this stuff in the air that's landing in the soil and contaminating the food, even if you want to exit the matrix and not buy food that's GMO'd, you still got to eat metals all in your goddamn veggies and your goddamn fruits and stuff like that. That's wild to me. It may be too late. The body will over time adapt to its new challenges. Shit, it's never too late, man. Tubers, family, tubers, yams, and such. Break that down, pro. Break that down, man. That's interesting stuff, though. Crazy, man. Obstacle after obstacle. Like, oh, so you want your own garden? Eat these metals. Jeez. I mean, with the GMOs, at least you're getting some vitamins. With the GMOs, you don't even get that many vitamins. You get like probably a fraction of those, and you got a bunch of metal. And then they wonder why the men don't have any testosterone and shit like that. The simple fact, it's because of the limit on intake of things like that, man. All right. Electromagnets won't cut it. Iron and other essentials will be removed. That's another good thing too, because you want to have some iron in your blood. You want to have some iron in your blood. Yeah, that's interesting, man. There has to be some kind of way to remove that stuff. That might be more of a science question or something of that nature. But let's move on until in the meantime. All right, so this was shared on More Info 2's channel on Instagram, actually. So if you want to subscribe to them, you can. More Info 2. They have some stuff about status and things like that on this channel. I thought this video was wild because I'm not sure what happened before this particular situation escalated, but I saw this and I thought this was absurd. Take a look at this real quick.
Being black and American is a crime, according to Miami-Dade police.
You're going to give me your driver's license. Give me your driver's license, registration.
Listen closely.
If not, you will not be going to work today. Simple thing, man. This is how you guys get killed out here, man. Registration and insurance.
Say that again.
My God.
Did he just threaten him?
Say what you just said.
Registration and insurance. You don't want to give them to
Why
me?
we get killed? What we get killed for? Okay. You're going to be famous, though. You're going to be famous. Look at him. Got nothing on me. Pull me over and threatening to shoot me. Threatening to kill me. We're going to court, man.
All right, so my man said this is why y'all get killed. Sheesh. Now, I'm not sure what led up to that, and I'm not sure. It looked like an aggressive tussle, honestly. The way my man tried to shut that door, he tried to keep the door open. That joint, it was some words said before that. I thought that was very interesting. But he basically bullied him into giving him them credentials he wanted to get that jurisdiction. But I thought that was very interesting. My man said, this is why y'all get killed. Now, he sounded like he wasn't, he sounded like he had an accent a little bit. So he might have been from another country. I'm not sure. But as far as him forcing him to give him that license and that registration, I've actually heard a guy that I'm familiar with not too far from here. The dude is a national. He literally got hemmed up Friday. And I was telling them for the longest time, these contracts, when y'all out here traveling, exercising your right to travel, y'all have these private plates and all this stuff. Y'all need to realize y'all need to make sure these contracts are voided. All right. If you have a driver's license, right, that's expired and you think you're just gonna get a passport and start riding out, it might work for a while, but you might get that one asshole police officer that don't know what the fuck or rookie that don't know what he's doing and throw you behind bars. You gotta make sure you send these driver's license back and get proof that they were canceled. You know what I mean? Because if you still are in possession of that license, they can try to say, no, you're still under contract. Now I know it's not technically one of those things that should happen. But I'm hearing stories about nationals getting locked up from over that. So if you're gonna be out here moving around, y'all need to make sure y'all doing it right. Have these contracts rescinded. This is what I do. All right. Create an affidavit, right? Get it notarized and send it to your chief of police. All right. If y'all gonna be out here riding around like this, submit any driver's license you have, any state ID back to the Department of Motor Vehicles and get a certified. Make sure you take a certified mail slip, right? They usually look like this right here. Show you what they look like. Grab a few from the post office. They got them there at your disposal if you need them, all right? You can get one of these bad boys right here. That's what they look like. You get one of them joints, you create the mail, and you get one of these too. So you can have proof that it was sent in. All right. You create your letter, submit your driver's license. You put the number to the certified mail in the letter that you're gonna get notarized, right? Keep the main copy. Don't send the main copy. Keep the main copy on file in case you need it later. Send them a copy of that, a true copy, basically, a black and white copy. That's what you would do, right? Certified mail, send it to them, and then when you get the green slip back, they received it, and that's pretty much all there is to it. So when you send that license back, you have proof that they received it. You should also be able to go on their website and see that the license was destroyed too. So remember that. When you out here traveling, you keep your proof that you rescinded all contracts on you, just in case. You might run into a guy that don't know what he's doing. You might have to call the supervisor. You know how it goes, man. I told y'all if y'all gonna be out here running around after after 6 or whatever, what is it, 5:30? I think I told you guys 9 to 5 or whatever, like 9 to 5 o'clock. Y'all might run into amateur hour. Y'all might have them guys on the force that only been in there 2 years, 3 years, don't know that much. All right. So y'all better be prepared. Y'all better have your stuff ready. Have your foreign national police policy PDF handy too. Have all that stuff handy because you will be tested. You all know this. So my man got bullied into giving his driver's license. So let's not have that be you, right? Oh, I'm behind. Hold up. What's your thoughts on the cows dying massively? I think the cows dying massively is a psyop. That's what I think. There's a reason for all this. Just like I said, there's a reason the processing plants are burning down. Processing plants are burning down. I've actually heard multiple occasions that the uh, certain individuals are on trial for crimes against humanity, and they're trying to destroy the evidence from the shit they've been doing to people for all this time. The food, the GMOs, the stuff that's been getting people sick. It's like a war going on right now, basically. And I think they're destroying the evidence. That's what I think. Like, what's the first thing you do when you get caught up doing some bullshit you don't need to be doing? Motherfuckers start flushing shit, start burning shit up, tossing shit. You know what I mean? Getting stuff out of their possession so they don't get caught with it. That's what I think is happening. If you ask me about the cows and all that stuff, I think that's got something to do with it. They might not even, dude. Them motherfucking cows might even be clones or some shit. You never know, bro. You literally never know. Monatomic iron, water soluble iron can be picked up by magnets. I don't know, bro. This is news to me. 350,000 bacteria infected rainbow trout euthanized in Northern California. Huh. Euthanized, huh? That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, it's looking like to me a lot, dude. I don't know, man. It's no way they just killing all this shit off just to be, you know what I mean, difficult or something. I think a lot of this stuff basically is they ready to get a cause of some shit themselves. You know what I mean? Because they've been getting away with this for a long time, man. A long time. You aren't supposed to eat the first branch or two from a batch of soil for cleaning and then move to an aside farming operation. However, the water is more of an issue than the soil, quicker uptake. So you think the water's more of an issue than the soil is? That's interesting. Interesting way of looking at it. That traffic stop is U.S. citizen business. That's how they treat their property slaves. Is that what it was? Because it was on the More Info channel. I figured maybe he was a national or something like that. I don't know. This is also in Torah. What are we talking about, Mounting Flame? You talking about the stuff he was talking about with the branches? You aren't supposed to eat the first batch. Oh, excuse me, first batch or two from a batch of soil. Is that what it was? Okay, so that's in the Torah, you said. They got the right to assume, but we got to get our birth certificate authenticated and carry it for ID. That's another way you can do it. The soil thing, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's an interesting. That's an interesting thought. That's an interesting thought. First batch or two from a batch of soil. That's interesting, man. So you basically just grow one out to clean them out, clean the soil out, and then grow another joint. And then the third one should be the soil should be clean. Okay. I'm starting to get this information and process and simplify. Oh, really? Nice, nice, nice. Jimmy Bennett, you're missing important things there, Durag. Dude, what you talking about, man? What I'm missing, bro? What I'm missing? What I'm missing, Bennett? Passport or not, public service questionnaire with the first or second question being bonding agency name and address, and the bonding number being next. They will not come back to the car. Oh, really? Because I've heard stories about them ignoring that. Like, I'm not filling that out. Just give me your shit. Give me your license registration. Ignoring it completely. I've actually heard that they've been asked for their bond numbers too, and I've heard that they have actually backed off upon that point. But some of them rookies don't even know what a bond number is. Some of them. Billy Gates seem to have an answer for every crisis. Might be deliberate, like they're doing with electrical cars. Dude, listen, we already know the agenda with electric cars, man. The electric cars is basically being ushered in, and they're trying to make this gas expensive as hell. The electric cars affordable. All this stuff is all pieces to a giant puzzle that's they're trying to piece together. You know what I mean? While still maintaining some kind of uh, what is the word I'm searching for? Some kind of commercial um, capacity of such. You be missing in the letter with your driver's license when you turn it in. You need to put on demand and then to purge the information because they have it in there 10 years before they do it. I mean, that's true, but they don't always be trying to do that though, Jimmy. It's not that simple, you know. It's not that simple, you know. I've heard stories about. I've actually done it myself. Sent information to them and basically told them, you know, I no longer. Basically rescission of signature affidavit, got it notarized and all that shit. Sent it all. Basically said I don't consent to it, anything like that. Pretty much. And in so many words, it was like we can't do it because of certain laws or something like that. But yeah, they'll try you on that definitely. But a lot of times they won't remove it. So what is good to have is a piece of information identifying that you have put them on point that they're not you're not um, consenting to the contract because it was fraudulent pretty much. They didn't put you on point with all the points of the contract. So at that point, you know, it's pretty much a fraudulent contract on their behalf. My man says Skynet. Everybody making Skynet jokes. What about self-driving cars? Convenience. As many things that come out that are for convenience, man, are taking away rights, and you guys know this already. If there's a convenience involved, it's contracting away some right. Facts. Some right is being contracted away if it's a convenience factor added to it. You know, like he said, them self-driving cars, pretty much. Now you're in a situation where you're all right. So now your automobile's taking you to where you need to go. So now, if you don't pay a parking ticket, now you go out to start your car. You got to pay this parking ticket digitally before it even start. Or how about this? You got an outstanding citation you didn't pay. Guess what? You get in a whip and take you right to the police station. You know, that's what I'm talking about, man. And then with the self-driving cars, you know, certain areas you might not be able to go to. Your right to travel's been limited. You know, that's more of the stripping away your rights one by one with convenience for lazy ass people. And people don't realize when they do stuff like that, they're giving away rights one by one. It's an adhesion contract. That's facts. That's facts, Jimmy. The driver's license is an adhesion contract. Facts. That's how they get jurisdiction though with the address on it. Whenever they get that address, they get that jurisdiction. They saw after so hard, you know. But the passport, they can't. If you miss a court date, they can't come to your house and come get you. The passport, it stops them from doing that. But if you're out on the road, they will try to hem you up. If you get the right police officer, he will try to hem you all the way up. That's why it's important to have all your shit taken care of. In case you got to go in front of a magistrate, you got all your stuff taken care of 100%. But yeah, I haven't heard from him. He's been, and the fact that he missed a court date because he basically had a what is it? The hell is that called? He had a expired license, right? But he didn't send the license back. He kept the license. I said, bro, why you still got the license? Get rid of that shit. Yeah, I just been I've been lazy, such and such. I'm like, yo, you better get rid of that license, bro, because if you get hemmed up the right way, you're gonna have problems. So boom. He went ahead and gave him a ticket for driving on a expired license or no valid license or something. Had a court case to come to. Didn't come to the court case. They issued a warrant for his arrest. Like 3 months later, they ended up grabbing his ass up because of that shit. Somebody told me they only have 90 days to fulfill a warrant, and then it goes away for certain crime. Like if it's not a corpus delicti, they got 90 days to grab you up, and if it's not that 90 days, they throw it out. But I've heard that they keep renewing it until they're able to get you. Like petty shit they do. Good evening, sir, from Fort Lauderdale, Florida Republic. Yes, indeed, Angela. Thank you for tuning in. If they ignore the PSQ, you have the right to remain silent until your lawyer arrives and your info being shared is breaking the silence. Remember, they can't force your lawyer to show up and shut the fuck up. 100%. Like anytime you dealing with any of these some bitches, you need to make sure you exercise the Fifth Amendment. Constitution is going to be your friend in situations like that. All right. Be volunteering on information. I wasn't there when he got hemmed up. I don't know what he said. I haven't even gotten a chance to talk to him yet. I heard this from somebody else. And I had texted him not too long ago. Didn't get a response. So I'm like, God damn, what happened to my man? But yeah, I didn't get a response from him. So, I had actually just heard today that he got hemmed up. So he's right now waiting trial, sitting in jail. All that for the no injured party, man. Just exercising his right to travel, and they basically trying to throw him in on some bullshit. But you know how they do, man. It's a test. That's why it's important to stay reading, to stay learning, and just know your shit. That way, if you got to go in front of a magistrate, you know how to handle yourself, man. But yeah, I'm hearing stories about him doing that, though, man. Ignoring the passport cards. It's crazy. All right, let's move on, shall we? Somebody take a look at. I didn't even know this happened, but look at this. Here it is right here. Take a look at this. All right, so somebody said George Bush dropped DEAD, so to speak, on live TV. I've never seen that before. That's crazy. Might mess around and been a clone, the one you saw after that. And that mofo was old as nails. But yeah, that was crazy. Any more informational books you recommend? All right, so I just got this book right here. Actually, I got a series of books. And this is from Eden Press. So a lot of this stuff I found very interesting when I started reading up on it. But this book right here, The Paper Trip, I got this book. I'm gonna be reading this on my vacation though, because this book is interesting, man. This tells you about basically about identification, driver's license, and all that stuff, and social security, and uh, you know, fingerprint. Dude, it's a lot of shit in this book. So I will be reading this gem right here, and I'll be getting familiar with that piece of information to read. The Paper Trip. Yes, indeed. You put me on with that, man. Good looking out on that. When I saw them books, I was like, yo, hold on, man. This looked like some stuff I need to be reading. Absolutely. But yeah, dude, they got a lot of stuff in that book, man. A lot of good stuff in that book. Facts. So I'm about to get up on that and really get familiar with that. I'm also going to be reading. I got to finish this book. I've been slacking hard. I got to finish this joint. The art. What is it? The Art of Passing the Buck. The Secret of Wills and Trusts. Y'all need to get up on that too. That's my 2 books right there. Everything on that, yes, everything on that site is fire. This is Eden Press. I think Eden Press is the same. If I'm not mistaken, I think they might be the same company who wrote the Redemption Manual. I think. I was pulled over, expired license. They mailed me a court date. I assume I never opened it and mailed it back. This was 2 years ago. Still no warrant for arrest. Fire. My man said, no contract. Sorry, sir. Did you certify mail it, Walter, or did you just go ahead and send it right back? Because I actually have a stamp I had grabbed up that I can do some work with and send the joint back. And I told y'all too, make sure y'all get on y'all stamp game too. A lot of these stamps will help y'all out. So this is one of the stamps I got. It's a CO2 stamp. One of these right here. Yep. Robert Norman. Who the fuck is that? Oh, it must be the manager or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this joint right here. I never noticed that on there. This joint right here, pretty solid stamp. This is a can you guys see it? I don't know if you can see it or not. Hold on. Let me try to do some cool shit here. There we go. Yep. I got one of them joints right there. So make sure you grab your stamps. Get your stamp game handy. If y'all out here playing with these negotiable instruments, you should have one of these. Have one of those if you out here playing with negotiable instruments. I got a few other ones here that are private, so I'm not going to show those. But just the general gist of what you should have in your arsenal if y'all out here, getting jiggy with it, so to speak. But yeah, so boom. So yeah, get with those, man. Get with your stamps. Bro, he earled on the Chinese prime minister like 2 minutes after that video got off. I was watching live. They took him out in a stretcher, but he was waving. Didn't die right there, unfortunately. Right. That'd have been great if he just fucking keeled over in front of everybody, wouldn't it? All the motherfuckers just curl up like freaking. I'm gonna leave that alone. No, I didn't. Okay, so he just straight mailed the joint back. Okay. Nice. Is a state citizen, a state national, foreign to the U.S.? Yes, it is. The United States is a corporation. All right, that's 28 3002 section 15, I believe. I think I might be right about that. I should know that like without even questioning my knowledge of it. But let me see. Let me make sure I'm giving y'all the right information. Hold on. Think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Hold on, 15. Yep, I was right. Yep, 15A. So that's 28 United States Code 3002, section 15, sentence A, or point A, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's a federal corporation. So the corporation is a business basically, and the business is foreign. The several states, which means one of the 50 states basically, are the original republic, the jurisdiction. One of the several states, a citizen with a capital C. If you look at the Constitution, the first 10 amendments, anytime you see a C written in that bad boy, it's with a capital C for citizen. It's when the 14th Amendment popped up. That's when it started being lowercase, which is it's a very precise point Yusufel made. It also is different points of the Constitution. Whenever a state citizen is basically put in it, it's a capital S for state and a capital C for citizen. The lowercase citizen came after that 14th Amendment, and anything after that pretty much was lowercase. So it's two different statuses pretty much. So you can be a slave or you can be a national, you know what I mean? One of the people. Foreign nationals basically be foreign to the U.S. jurisdiction. So if you're let's say for instance, all right. So let's say for instance you had a home birth and there's no recorded birth that you have on the United States record. You don't have a social security number and you don't have a United States birth certificate. All you have is a Bible. The Amish, for instance, The Amish is a pristine example of a foreign national, okay? The Amish don't dilly-dally in no U.S. business. They don't use no U.S. shit. They basically out. They even lift barns by themselves. I showed y'all videos of them, the Amish lifting barns. It'd be like 100 of them, and they'll lift the whole entire barn up by themselves. They don't use no tractor trailers and none of that crap. All right, they all on foot. They use horses, carriages, all that. They make their own clothes, they garden their own food, and they're pretty much left alone for the most part. That's the understanding they have. They are foreign nationals. All right. If you want to be a true foreign national and not have to deal with no jurisdictional issues, that's usually how you have to live. But since we pretty much have been dropped in this scenario, you got to know your rights. Because at the end of the day, they're going to try to take your rights away from you because they're around you to do so. But yeah, if you want to look at what a foreign national is, look at the Amish. They foreign nationals, technically, aka state citizens or whatever you want to call them. They're the people, basically. Facts. They probably make their own arms too. One thing, if you do what I did, don't put your name or zip on the return address. Facts. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you guys put them back, rural free delivery or such. Yeah, but he's right. Yeah, he's right. Anytime you guys are dealing with them corporations, you want to not put no zip. And he said he didn't put his name on there too, so I guess he just straight sent the joint back, which I guess works. I would do certified mail though. If y'all gonna be sending them contracts back, I would do certified mail, and it's gotta be within the first 3 days you get the contract too. Don't try to send that bad boy back a month afterwards. You already accepted, so be prepared to go or be prepared to deal with whatever happens afterwards. But yeah, get yourself, like I told you, just showed you how to do the certified mail. Go down to the post office, create like a grab some envelopes. This is stuff you should have handy on deck if you out there using your right to travel. You should have some funds to get your whip out of the impound just in case they try to overstep, and be ready to sue the shit out of a tow yard. Which actually they'll probably end up just letting your shit out. Like if you go to take them to court, there's like an arbitration or there's like a mediation before the court case actually hits the magistrate. So they'll try to resolve it so it'll lessen the load on the magistrate. So when you sit them down and you talk to them, you'll be like, look, I got a lien on my property. You took my property and you're not returning my property back. You're telling me I got to pay you this amount of money or whatever. Or if you do pay it and get your property back, I want the money back that I actually gave you, and I want these fees for paperwork. I want legal fee. I want all this stuff. And if they don't give it to you, you got basically claiming standing because you don't have to register your personal property with the state. And once you register something with the state, it belongs to the state. That's why they can tow your shit. Well, not even just tow it because they can tow your shit anyway, but they're not supposed to. But they can basically tell you got to fix stuff when you're like, all right. So for instance, back in the day, we used to run up and down Northern Parkway, and we had like Fast and Furious craze type deal. We had modified mufflers, underglow kits, and all that stuff. And what we would do is when we went flying on the road, police officer would pull us over on Friday nights because they knew what we was doing. They know we was out there to watch some street races and hang out. They ain't like that shit. So what they went ahead and did was they would give us repair orders. So if they saw your exhaust was like a giant muffler or something like that and it's real loud, they write you a repair order for it. And I always wondered, like, how the fuck can they tell you what to do with your car? How you gonna tell me what exhaust I can have on my car? How you gonna tell, like here in Maryland, we got something called emissions. How the fuck are you gonna tell me I gotta do some repairs on my car? Like you ain't kicking out no money, so why are you telling me what I gotta do to my car? It's very simple. When you register your car, you're basically signing it over to the state. So now they can tell you to get a state inspection, which here in Maryland is grueling. State inspections usually go for about $100. And if you have a car that's what is it? What is the year? I think it's 20 years. If your car is 20 years old here in Maryland, you can get something called historic tags, which means a historic tag, you can skip things like emissions and you can skip state inspections. But if anything younger than that, you got to go. And first thing you got to do is when you get the car, you got to take it down to the DMV, you register it, they give you a temp tag, right? First off, if you get a paper temp tag, them mofos get stolen left and right. People take them right off the back of your car and put them on something else because they're not really traceable and they got a certain amount of life to them. So people will put them joints on the back of like a stolen car and just ride around clean for at least 30 days or something like that. well, not necessarily clean, but police officers not gonna bother you if they see you with a temp tag unless you're doing some stupid shit. So then in Maryland, they'll say, all right, well, look, you got 30 days to get your car inspected and get an inspection certificate. Here's the part right here. If you get a car that's older, you're gonna need a bunch of work when you get that inspection. That inspection is about like 60 different things that have to pass. Every single one of them got to pass too. Lights, steering, suspension, brakes, all that stuff. It all has to pass in order for you to get a certificate, right? Tell you how fucked up it is here. So once you get the inspection, you got to fix the car, which sometimes if you get an older car, you might end up spending 2 bands. So you done already bought the car, you done already paid for the registration, paid for the insurance, and you probably at this point you might be about $7,000 in, and you got to spend another $2,000 to fix it, right? All right, so boom, now you $9,000 in. So now you get to go ahead and take your car and get the hard plates. So now your car passed, you got the work done. So now you're $9,000 in, you get the hard plates, which is probably like another $120, right? Check this out. Then you got to take it down to the Maryland State Admissions. This is how hard they work you in Maryland. You got to take your car down to the Maryland State Admissions, right? Then they got to smog test your car. If your car's engine lights on at all, they're going to fail you right away. Then you got to do one or two things. You got to spend $400 as a waiver, right? Fix all that stuff to get the engine. No, excuse me. Spend $400 to get the waiver, basically, to showing that you put an effort in fixing the car. So that's another $400. Then the admissions test is like $75 or something like that. And then, or you can fix the problem and completely pass the admissions for 2 years. So either way, you'll be not bothered for 2 years. If you get the waiver, they won't bother you for another 2 years. If you get it fixed, they're going to bother you again in two years, basically. Either way, so they work you hard here, man. They work you hard here, but that's because when you register your stuff, you're basically making it property of the state. That's what it is. That's the whole reason all that shit happens, man. And that's why they want to go so hard and hemming people up for traveling and stuff like that. They losing money. It's all about commerce, man. Everything about the United States and its subordinates is commerce. That's all it is. How much actual Federal Reserve notes is going in our pocket and how much is coming out of your pocket? You know what I mean? That's what it all comes down to. You're debtor slaves. That's all, U.S. citizens are debtor slaves. Y'all are there to keep the ball rolling. And guess where all that money goes? To the politicians, to the celebrities, to the corporations, NASA. That's where all the money goes at. Y'all slaves, man. Not you guys, but U.S. citizens, slaves. Y'all basically are put in place to keep the machine turning. That's all it is. But you only put your name or signature title. What are we talking about, Alex? What part? You talking about what for the title? Yeah, you can do that, but put without prejudice above it. You're right. I should have decertified. I mean, but if it worked, Walter, it worked. You might have ran into a non-corrupt official. I'm gonna tell you something. Here, bro, mofos is corrupt as shit. I talked to a goddamn clerk of court early this year, bro. She was dirty. They dirty here, man. They all about extorting your cash out of your pocket for real. That's all that it's about. If they can get that cash about your pocket, you done. Facts. That's all they want to get about you. That cash. Go ahead and pay the cash and let it be what it is. But they dirty, man. They don't be you send them paperwork. They won't read it. They'll ignore the paperwork or something like that. Yeah, they get busy out here. If your affidavit to the DMV happens to point out that the license plate was made before you paid for it and therefore was a part of the public trust and you're taking ownership of the trust game up. Yeah, you're talking about the private trust. That's another thing you could do too. The estate is another way you can move around with it too. The estate is another creative way to move around. But yeah, the trust works. Absolutely. I know somebody who actually did that and they actually threw her case out because she actually, I know a guy that did it too. He got his stuff in a private trust. Basically, yeah, the judge told him, look, just go ahead and create an affidavit of trust or whatever. Send it to me stating that the car was in the trust and I'll dismiss the case. No, but these are if you get officials that aren't corrupt. Not all of them are corrupt, man. Some of them don't even give a damn if you exercising your rights, whatever. But I mean, some of them do. They're gonna put you to the limit. Money and control grabs. That's all it is, man. I don't know how y'all doing in y'all states, but out here it's wild. It said now it's dead. Yep. When you register it, it is dead, meaning you have no rights over it. It belongs to the state because the state is a corporation, basically a corpse. It's a dead entity. Facts. Facts, minority. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But yeah, man, it is a game, man. It's all about extorting you for every dollar you got, bro. As much as they can keep taking money out of you and not have to face any result of it, man. That's what it is. And even them damn courtrooms and stuff, a lot of them shits is privately owned, bro. Them shits is privately owned, man. That's all it is. Privately owned courts. People be talking about common law, bro. Ain't no common law no more, man. Ain't no gold and silver. Bring that gold and silver back, you can get common law back. The U.S. is broke. Yeah, well, how about that? The Capital One and all them other companies and these banks basically saying that there was data breaches, bro. Somebody actually predicted this too in one of our groups. I ain't gonna say his name, but somebody predicted it. Like, yo, watch, you gonna see this year a whole bunch of banks, credit card companies, and all this stuff gonna start reporting data breaches. They collecting that cheese, bro. They collecting that cheese. They broke. They basically using that insurance to get funds to make claims on stuff like that, man. Oh yeah, data breaches. Same thing with the Equifax breach. Companies going broke. Economy kicking the ass too. You think that this economy ain't affecting them also, bro? Listen, man, they getting hurt also, but they just got insurance to put in place so they can, tap into them funds and stuff like that. Put a claim in for some leaked information or something and tap into that insurance fund. CEOs can pay themselves a nice little quarterly bonus and take a vacation so shit blow over. Might mess around and be on a year sabbatical or something like that. Out in the Cayman Islands for a year until the shit blows over. Sean says, city state, a political system consisting of independent city having sovereignty over contiguous territory and serving as a central leader of political, economic, and cultural life. Yeah, I agree with that to a degree, though. But see, the only problem with that is like, the ones who are corporations, they don't really have any sovereignty. They're fucking dead entities, bro. Like the state of anything or city of anything is a corporation. It has a Dun and Bradstreet number. All of them do. They all have Dun and Bradstreet numbers. That means they're businesses. So they're not living entities. They're dead entities. They exist on paper. The actual 50 states, those themselves is the land. That's the sovereign. And the people of the land are the sovereigns. They got people thinking they're U.S. citizens and stuff like that and going for it. UCC filing. What are you talking about, bro? I mean, we know about the UCC filing. What you mean? But yeah, I digress. Yes, the UCC filing is a powerful tool. I meant to say it is a very powerful tool. If you know how to use it properly. Some people file it and never do anything with it, but you gotta put the paperwork into play, baby. Gotta put it into play, man. All right, I told you I wasn't gonna be on here long, so I'll probably take a few more comments and I might get up out of here because I gotta finish doing stuff. Head back in tomorrow to work. Help finish moving, man. I'm getting on a plane. I'm gonna go do whatever the hell I want for a whole week. Put the Seventh Amendment in their faces and threat of judicial malfeasance, and you'll get some common law. You won't find any record of your case after that, though. Really? Really? You got an affidavit for that, Prof? Send me the affidavit, man, so I can look at it. Or if you got something, refer me to something I can read. I like to look into that. All right, so if you're not familiar with the Seventh Amendment, I'll read it to you. In suits at common law, where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. There you have it. So yeah, trial. My man says get some trial by jury going on, and you'll get your common law. And you won't find any record of your case after that, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these courts ain't courts of records anyway, though. Like if you go to a court, no stenographer, no court of record, pretty much. A friend of mine was shipped to 5 different county jails because of overcrowding and because some jails refused to house him. Really? So what ended up happening with that situation, man? I've heard situations of people signing without prejudice on their paperwork when they first get to the jail, and they get shipped to like 7 different prisons or what have you, because nobody wants to. They can't do nothing with him because he won't sign the paperwork properly anyway. Yeah, do that, Prof. Send me that, man. I'll be willing to look into that. That's interesting. Yeah, because as far as the common law goes, dude, like, I'm supposed to be in there talking about common law and traffic court. Like, what? Ain't no traffic. This ain't no goddamn common law court. It's an administrative court, man. They care about statutes, codes, ordinances, and all that, and procedures and all that stuff. That's it. Yeah. I know. Trial by jury. Yeah, I know. I've actually heard somebody be told that they don't have a right to trial by jury. I've actually heard somebody be told that you don't have a right to trial by. How you gonna tell me I ain't got a right to trial by jury? What? He was let go. Wow. So they actually bring him back to his original state and just cut him loose. How long ago was this? You know what's interesting? A lot of you people out there probably don't know. In Maryland, in Baltimore City, they are not. Marilyn Mosby was not. What is it? Prosecuting cases that did not involve an injured party. Facts. A lot of cases for stupid shit she was letting go, unless it was like a what the hell was some of them? I think it might have been drugs and some other stuff like marijuana and stuff like that. She wasn't prosecuting no more marijuana cases for a while. I think that might be part of the reason they trying to get her all hemmed up too. Not, I'm pretty sure she's all intertwined with the dirt to a degree because to get in that specific spot, you got to be kind of just a little bit dirty. You ain't got to be super dirty, but a little bit dirty, so that they got something on you. But yeah, she wasn't prosecuting smaller cases, man. She was dismissing them shits. Like, don't even bring me this. We got bigger fish to fry. I thought that was interesting. That's as close to goddamn common law as we're gonna get here. Well, with this current jurisdiction, anyway. Yeah, but yeah, he's right. The jury trial is basically them taking the trial by jury and perverting it basically backwards. 7 years ago. Okay. And that's interesting. So the case got dismissed then, I suppose, right? They had to throw it out. So did he fill out the any information a certain kind of way, like without prejudice or something like that? What did he do? Did he do anything special, or he just was like, well, shit, they couldn't hold me, so I got let out? Is that what it was? I was put in solitude for refusing to sign. Yeah, I heard that story too. I know a guy that said the same thing. He basically kept signing without prejudice, and you can't sign like that. They ended up putting him in solitary confinement. They only kept him. They can only keep him for 3 days though, for 72 hours. They don't got jurisdiction, and they gotta let you go pretty much. It's like a test. And he ain't eat nothing. Basically, they trying to give you food, water, and shit like that. I go as far as to say if they trying to give you something to eat, once you put that food in your body, they got jurisdiction because that's their food. You got that bullshit food they serving you in that crappy ass water. You know what I mean? He says they don't know. Okay. Form 56, I heard, helps assign the judge as an administrator trustee. They don't like that. A lot of them get up and walk away when you start doing shit like that, or they'll just dismiss the case. I've actually heard of a guy appointing the judge as an administrator, or what is it, magistrate as a administrator or trustee, so to speak. He told him, I appoint you as the trustee, and the judge says, well, what do you want me to do? He says, I want trial by jury. So he says, okay, I'll set your court date. He dismissed that shit. He dismissed it. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, this is a battle, man. You go in that bad boy, you might have to stand up for yourself in order to proceed. I first require the court to recognize I am here in special appearance as the beneficial equitable title holder on matters involving the name, trust in this matter. That's one. At first, you got to announce yourself. Let them know you're in the building. Special appearance, definitely. Or authorized representative, too. Authorized representative of the estate or something like that, or administrator of the estate. But yeah, that works. But yeah, he's talking about the secure party method. But yeah, that definitely works. If you have your UCC1 set up, he's telling you facts. You get that set up, and if you got to go in that bad boy, you first declare why you're there when it's your turn to speak. Put them on point to who you are and why you're here. You know, sometimes they just sit you down and tell you to, wait, let everybody else go, and then when they'll call you back up, you'll get your shit dismissed. Or then they'll just go ahead and they might try to play games with you, play that tennis game where you hit the ball back and forth, see who falls in dishonor first. Facts. It's always a good thing to file a motion to dismiss. Absolutely. 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 I don't see why not, man. Shit. Yep, I agree with that. The motion to dismiss thing. I know a guy that actually does the motion to dismiss, but what he'll do is all right, so he'll do a what is it? Assumed name, right? So he'll do the assumed name thing and he'll actually go in for somebody or have somebody go in for him. And then it'll be like, I'm the authorized representative of this name. This name is a corporation. I've already put the papers on file. This is a business, a LLC. I'm the representative of such business, and basically, and it'll be motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim because it's a business. It's the wrong court. So I've heard stories about it working though. Just basically throw a big ass monkey wrench in. Gift of eternal life. Peace, peace, my brother. Peace, peace, peace. The gift of eternal life. Sorry for messing your name up. But yo, man, go subscribe to my man on Instagram. He's got a good channel. He's always delivering a good word. Hebrew Israelite brother. He's always got some great information, reading Bible passages and applying it. He's out here literally doing the right to travel. He has no passport. He just goes balls to the wall. He goes in and puts these corporations on point with these the paperwork to get them to file stuff. He's the truth. You probably seen him before, man, and a lot of people hate on him, but he out there doing the work. So much respect to my brother. All right, much respect. Try him out. Go subscribe to his follow his Instagram or his YouTube. I don't know if you have any content on YouTube. I'm not sure. I just follow him on Instagram though, but check it out. See what you can find. Good stuff there. He says, never make a motion, always presentations. It depends on how you go about it, Prof, because like I said, I know a guy who does it from a business aspect. He's not really trying to challenge jurisdiction or anything like that. He works from a business aspect of things. So he'll use, their emotions and stuff like that against them, which you can't do if you know what you're doing. So I can't say never make a motion. But I will say it depends on how you're trying to go about it. You know what I mean? If you're trying to be a sovereign and stuff and you make emotions, that's going to be bass backwards, of course. But it all depends on how you go about it, I suppose. Birth authentication proves that your age of majority, so judge has no jurisdiction to do anything. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've actually heard about if you get it authenticated on a state level, if you got to go to like a state court or something, you submit that bad boy, the judge will get up and leave. Like, fuck this. This is the certificate of live birth authenticated. They'll get up and dip off. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. How many likes we got on here? We got 22 people in here. Let's get 22 likes, fellas. Can I get it? Fellas and ladies alike. Can I get them 22 likes from you guys? City pics. I don't go at it from that angle, but totally legit. Yeah, no respect. It's dude. There's a lot of different ways to do this. There isn't one tried and true way all the time. I think it personally depends on your understanding of this stuff and what you're willing to do, how you respond to things, how you like to move. I think all that plays a factor in actually what happens. So it's not a simple situation where it's a one size fits all thing. There's different souls, different spirits, so there's different methods and wills, the ways to move. So I would say that that's true. Whole lot of different ways to move around. A lot of ways to do it. But yes, please hit the like button on the way out. I'm ready to get up out of here. I told you it's not gonna be a long show tonight. I'm gonna try to get up here on Sunday. I will be out of town, so you'll probably see me in my hotel room chopping it up with you guys and dropping bars on you. So I'm not gonna have this nice camera though. I'm just rolling with the little joint from off of the computer. It's not gonna be super spectacular, but bear with it. So nice talking to you guys tonight. Very short show. We'll be back at it like a crack addict. It is A6 to 4 National Born Natural. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will holler at you guys later this week. Meanwhile, peace out.